Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jake, the Scary Story Guy, and today we're talking about a new French horror movie called Infested. I watched this movie 2 days ago, and I swear to you, I have been itchy ever since. And I don't even mind spiders. Like, my wife is constantly living in a state of panic, calling me in from the next room to kill a spider. She accuses me of not arriving to these showdowns with sufficient vigor. She says I have Paul Blart Mall Cop energy when I get there. Which, first of all, I mean, you may not like it, but this is what peak masculinity looks like. And second, I think it just demonstrates that, yeah, spiders just have never really bothered me, right? I think the reason why is just that they're so easy to kill. I don't understand how you can be so scared of something that can be easily defeated with a single, wadded up tissue. Bees are basically flying needles. They're tough to catch, tough to kill. Snakes, they're like 1,000 times bigger than spiders. You might need a shovel or some shit. If you're scared of that, I get it. This has been Animal Planet with the Scary Story Guy. By the way, if you liked that riveting analysis, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. Do it. Hurry. Before the spiders get you. Anyway, Infested is a film about the stupidest man alive trying to navigate the most terrifying situation imaginable. Basically, he buys this mysterious foreign spider and puts it in a shoebox. It gets out, and before too long, his entire apartment building has been quarantined, just totally locked down, because the whole thing has now been taken over by spiders. And they're multiplying and growing at a rate that, well, is not what you want. Because like I said, almost every spider on the planet, not that scary, if you can fight them one at a time. There's a certain threshold we cross, though, isn't there? Like, you see a spider on your wall versus you see 10 spiders in a very concentrated area on your wall. That's more than 10 times scarier. What are they doing here? What are they planning? Does my home belong to them now? Should I pack my bags? Oh god, are they in my bags? So for the characters in this movie, it's like, yeah, they're in your bags, and they're in your shoes, and your nostrils. And you can't get out, because there's one by the door, and it's taking up, like, half the door. So Infested was directed by Sebastian Vanacek, and he is actually slated to direct an upcoming Evil Dead film, which I am so pumped about. That's just a perfect fit. Because the Evil Dead films, they're obviously gorier than Infested, but they are similarly cringe-inducing, and you can tell that Vanacek has a real gift for bringing that sort of discomfort out of his audience. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like the thing you feel when you see someone's leg get shredded by a cheese grater, like you do in the Evil Dead films. That is the exact same thing you feel when you shine a flashlight into the corner of a room, and there's like 20 spiders hanging out there, and they're all the size of a piano bench. Ugh, I am so itchy right now. Okay, so let me actually tell you what I liked and did not like about this movie. Sorry, I've just been talking about spiders the entire time. There's a really great moment, like literally 1 minute into this movie, that does just a perfect job of conveying what a threat these spiders actually are. And it's well before they turn out to be obvious threats, like they get this big and they start multiplying with like the contents of Bellatrix Lestrange's Gringotts vault. Oh yeah, that's an HP reference in a horror movie review. Plenty more where that came from. Like I said, like and subscribe. I just thought this movie started off incredibly strong. Even the opening credits, I think, set the tone really well. It's like this super aggressive French rap. The whole movie has this aggressive kind of urban-ish vibe. It's a very distinct feel. It feels like the whole movie is like tagged with graffiti. And finally, I just thought the creature design and the practical effects were almost maximally terrifying without being over the top. It's really easy to see how something like this goes off the rails, right? It can't be too big. If you have a spider that's the size of Godzilla, it just kind of becomes Godzilla. The thing about spiders that makes them, I think, uniquely scary for people, I'm talking just like the little solo ones that hang out on your wall, is that they're quick, and they move weird, and they could be anywhere. A Godzilla-sized spider could not be anywhere. So I thought they struck the perfect balance here of having like different spider shapes and sizes. There are a few that literally just like nuke the building and then nuke the ashes just to be safe. But most of them, for most of the movie, it's like there are spiders that big out there, right? Or at least almost that big, kind of like big dinner plate sized spiders, even smaller than that, some of them. There's no nook or cranny in this movie that is safe. All of this to say, I think it's got to be borderline impossible to not get kind of worked up while watching this movie. Like, it would be some real psycho shit if you were to just sit there just like totally stoically the entire time. And thus, as a horror movie, a movie that is meant to induce horror, this is very, very effective. However, as just a movie, a film with characters that tells a story, I'm not sure it always succeeds, or even that often. These characters are pretty annoying, to the point where, like, I'm not saying you're on Team Spider by the end, but you're not rooting for the people. Giant Asteroid 2024. Because first of all, there's way too much interpersonal drama going on between these people, given the circumstances. Like, I don't know about you, I don't really care whether you came to my 12th birthday party when I'm standing in a room that's literally like half spider. And as the viewers, we don't really even get context for any of the drama, the stuff they're arguing about. We're just kind of thrown right into the middle of it. So it's like we're not invested, we're not infested, see what I did there, we're just bored. Get back to the spiders. This movie should have been like 15 minutes shorter, at least. No one's here to watch a bunch of lowlifes argue about, like, oh, did you sell Joey drugs that one time? No, how could you say that? Like, spiders, let's go! The main character, he's just the worst. He also has this quirk where he, like, never swears on anything. Like, people will be like, oh, you swear? And he's like, I never swear, bro. Or people are like, I swear! And he's like, don't swear, bro. And it happens so comically often that, like, 10 minutes in, you're like, oh, this guy's gonna swear on something at the end of the movie, isn't he? And yeah. And then finally, they tried to turn this into like an anti-cop movie at the end, which, listen, I know there are shitty cops. There's shitty entire departments, no doubt. I'm not opposed to representing that in art either. But the cops in this, like, don't do anything wrong. They're just actually doing a very important and dangerous job, and the main characters are making it like 10 times harder for them. You get the feeling it was just trying to make a point like, oh yeah, you know, 10 billion spiders are scary, but you know what's even scarier? Bad policing. And it just had the exact opposite effect. I was 100% rooting for the cops. Holy shit. Guys, at the end of the day, is Infested a great movie? No. But it's great at what it needs to be great at. This is the creepiest, itchiest movie I have seen in, seriously, forever. Guys, my wife is going to call me to kill a spider over the next couple of days at some point. It's gonna happen. I don't know how I'm gonna handle it, man. I might be a mess. So I just feel like I have no choice. I have to give Infested 3.5 stars out of 5. Alright, guys, as always, stay tuned for more spooky content coming soon. And in the meantime, thank you for watching this video, and here's hoping you survive to see the next one.